All right, so back to work. A lot of injuries for whatever reason, especially offensively skilled. So that affected production in the scrimmage, receivers, and especially tight ends. We actually didn't have any. So that's made it challenging, but I'm just pushing through. I don't think most of them are long-term guys. They should be guys we get back.
Saturday's practice looked like defense was very active and energetic going after the ball. Just what have you seen from that pass rush that y'all trying to fill with St. Going? Just what have you seen through 3 weeks?
Well, I think it would kind of be, like receiver question from year 1 to year 2, where it's going to be more balanced after losing Elijah. I would think we'd be more balanced. People got to step up all around. I do think depth-wise, our defensive line is by far the best it's been since we've been here. That was one of the things we said from day one really needed to be fixed there. So I do feel good about that position and a lot of competition going on there.
Lane, you mentioned y'all were void of some pass catchers on Saturday, but what did you think about your quarterback play?
That's challenging. I don't care who you are. Look at NFL great quarterbacks when they don't have, when they're limited with playmakers, or look at Matt's first half of the year compared to once they're starting getting some injuries in the middle part. It affects you, so especially for young quarterbacks. So their numbers weren't very good, but a lot of that was a product of that. But we still got to take care of the ball better regardless of who we're throwing to.
With some of the receivers out, are you seeing any of the guys lower on the depth chart stepping up, or is this still kind of a work in progress?
Still a work. Buckhalter, Braylon Brown have really pushed themselves out there. So J.J. Henry's flash. So that young group of guys is doing some stuff.
Has anyone started to kind of step up in that linebacker area?
No, we battled some injuries there. Where that's a very big concern, depth for us. And with a lot of new guys, really, basically your 4 guys that played significant snaps are gone, at 2 spots, because we really only play 2 spots. So that's a big challenge for us.
Lane, you mentioned improved depth on your defensive line. In particular, what has J.J. Peavy's brought to your team?
Yeah, I didn't know J.J. Never even seen him. When we got here, I think that first week, if I recall, we tried to get a meeting with him. We only had a day or 2 or something and couldn't get one. And then he was at that All-Star game, and then he made his decision. So I knew the player, but I didn't know the kid. He's got great energy, awesome to be around, which we lost a lot of really good players. We lost a lot of really neat kids in that last class with a lot of energy and, like we say, juice, positivity. It's really cool that we knew he was a good player, but to get that too.
We've seen an Ivy as well, kind of add to that competition up front.
Yeah, later arrival. He's had some adjustments there, but really flashes, really talented, and we just got to do work with all these guys.
Sticking with that position, I know you've been through it with baseball players in the past, but how much conversation do you have with Taiwan Malone this time of year, and what does he miss by not having a spring?
Yeah, we always step back in that, let the other sport, whether it's been baseball or track, and just whatever we take whatever we can get. And then the guys a lot of times end up just going with one sport after the first year. So, we're just taking what we can get, which isn't a whole lot.
How are your new additions to the coaching staff? How are you seeing them kind of gel together with the kids and the other coaches?
Well, I think kind of that's, our number one thing to work on is just portal kids coming in. So if that's 12, whatever, and they're supposed to be significant players, that's a big part of your significant players. And then 5 of 10 new coaches, and a strength coach is very important. So, basically a coordinator. So really, in that sense, you lost all 4 coordinators if you look at it that way. So there's a lot of work to do there. And we hired guys that we feel really excited about, some young guys. We didn't hire a lot of guys, just guys we had worked with, just because. And so with that, there's always going to be some growing pain. We got new guys that you haven't worked with.
Of that receiving core, how have you seen Dennis kind of take that next step so far this spring?
Yeah, continues to flash, make plays. He's more consistent than he was before. So he's done a good job.
I don't know if there's an easy answer, but how do you get guys to go from flashing to being what you want them to be at that position?
Well, that's the big question. I mean, that's what we're always working on, and a lot of that is playbook and comfortable and confidence. And so that's why you have spring ball. And hopefully as guys mature and get older, that goes away and you become more consistent.
We've talked a lot about that first group of offensive line. How do you kind of feel about the depth behind those guys?
Better, doing a good job, and that had been an issue here before, in our first couple of years, and so hopefully those guys continue to progress so we can be deeper and potentially rotate people.